Greetings everyone and welcome to another episode of First Thoughts. I'm your host Matt Sella and I am reviewing Disney's The Nutcracker, The Four Realms. So for those who are new here, I like to give what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and my overall general thoughts of the film. How do I rate it? And this is a non-spoiler review. I mostly leave that to the Marvel or the superhero kind of movies or like the big epic films. But for little films like this, quote-unquote little Disney, generally, don't worry, no spoilers ahead. So, The Nutcracker. What worked for me? Well, I really liked the set designs, the theme of the London Victorian setting. It's a, shall we say, fictionalized London Christmassy kind of setting. Probably like the late 18th century, early 19th century, or I'm probably off by that. Maybe early 20th century, you know, roughly around that time when iron ships and all that stuff started to come into play. Definitely way before World War I thing. I don't know why I'm dwelling on that. The point is, Victorian London style, I like the set designs. It looked really cool. The houses looked very neat with all the aesthetics and all that stuff going on. It felt like something I would definitely love to like go on a tour with because it's so colorful, it's so detailed and fantastical. It's definitely one of those Christmas Wonderland type settings. That's pretty much it for me on the positives. Ugh. Okay, so what didn't work for me? Quick disclaimer here, I have no idea what the original story of the Nutcracker is. All I know is that there was a little wooden soldier of some sort who cracks nuts. There's supposed to be some girl and it's a ballet and something about some evil rat dummy and Sugar Plum Fairy theme, whatever. That's all I know. That's all I know. I don't know the plots. I don't know all that. And I don't feel like this is really the Nutcracker plot. At least based on what some people have been telling me. So what didn't work for me specifically was I thought the story was very, very, very predictable. There were some kind of things like hidden throughout the film, and I say hidden very loosely here, that kind of give way to like what's really going on and who is the antagonist, who is the protagonist, and all that kind of stuff. And much like Disney's mainstream films that I tend to have strife with, they really like to make these films easy for young viewers to consume and kind of leaves little to no thought of the twists and turns that could come about. I'm also kind of confused why this is called Nutcracker. From what I understood, it's about the Nutcracker saving the day or something, I don't know. But instead, we're following this girl, Carla. It's about her story of trying to connect with the last gift left by her dead mother. Classic Disney sense, running with a story like that. She befriends the Nutcracker, and the Nutcracker in general was just kind of left to the side to be a support character for Clara, and I don't know, I just kind of feel like, I guess it was just purely for marketing reasons. But ultimately enough, she wasn't that interesting of a character. I mean, like, there were seeds of interesting developments of like dealing with your mother passing her father, who is also struggling. They didn't really say how soon her mother passed away, how the other kids are taking it in her family, the mother's impact on the kingdom, because that's revealed pretty early. There's just like a lot there to be desired. Like, what were the details? What were the relationships between Clara's mother and the inhabitants of this Four Realms thing? There just wasn't much meat to the story is what I'm getting at here. And the things that were supposed to be revealed later on, you kind of saw them a mile coming. The other thing that really didn't bode well for me, and for those who know me, I'm a big critic of live-action Disney films. I don't know why a multi-million-dollar company that has practically taken over the entertainment industry can't seem to get their 3D visual effects of live-action stuff down. Ever since Alice in Wonderland, I've always questioned the integrity of it and everything that they make in 3D animation. Live action films, I'm not talking about the animated ones, the pure animated ones, but they always looked uncanny valley symptom that some people might describe it as. And I don't know why, just ever since their live action movies with 3D visual effects never look right to me. It always looks too floaty, too muddy, just bland. And so this film kind of suffers with that a little bit here. Other things like that, I thought the editing and the pacing was kind of weird. There were some shots that were supposed to imply how characters are reacting to certain situations or transitioning between settings that I felt like, yeah, we probably needed like a second or two of like a cold interaction between these characters, but we never got any. it was just really lacking. And I was kind of expecting this movie to be a musical. Granted, the Nutcracker, the original story, is a ballet. I get that. All in all, I was expecting music to play a more integral part of the story, but it kind of felt like it was forced in there for the sake of the source material, and I really felt like that held it back. Either they should have committed a little bit more to it, or just not worry about it at all and try to tell the story that they were trying to tell. All in all, it was kind of a bland film. The human writing could have been left to more to be desired. The characters were not that interesting. The reveal in the film is just too easy, I guess. And I just don't really see the appeal here for kids. Maybe mother and daughter relationships, I really don't know, but even then, it's like, there was nothing really stimulating about this. It just felt like a mix between Alice in Wonderland, Universal's Peter Pan, Wizard of Oz, Chronicles of Narnia, and just had all of those aesthetics mixed together and produced this really generic interpretation of the Nutcracker, which I guess apparently broke away from the original source material, but lo and behold, it's kind of a snooze fest. I'm sorry. My overall thoughts on the film is it's kind of a to a thumbs down. I didn't hate the film. I didn't dislike it. It just felt mediocre. And that's a real shame because I remember seeing the trailer a year ago and I really liked the overly orchestral theme take of the Nutcracker music. I was expecting a lot more of that to swell in the movie, but no, it wasn't really there as much, or at least it didn't leave a good impact on me. So that's going to do it for this review. By the way, we opened up a Patreon exclusively for this channel between me, a few other my co-hosts, including Jared. And if you want to check it out, please go to patreon.com/GameBroStation. I believe that is our URL. Editor J will probably clarify me on that. And if you enjoyed reviews just like this one, be sure to check out my playlist here, or if you just want to watch a random video on our channel, click here, and be sure to subscribe. Alright folks, tune in next time when I review something else. To be continued.